For the first time in days, investigators were able to reach the crash site of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17, which was shot out of the sky 2 weeks ago. Now you're looking at exclusive photos from that mission to the crash site today. Monitors were able to use a new route to get to the site after being kept out by fighting in the area for 4 days. Michael Bochurkiw, spokesman for the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, he joins me. So, Michael, you were finally able to get to the crash site. What were you able to do there?
Well, Anderson, I think in all the days we've been talking about this, today must have gone down as the most extraordinary. We crossed the front line no less than 4 times to get there and back, and this was the result of a last-minute kind of tailor-made ceasefire that was made for the special monitoring mission to Ukraine. We went to the main site, had a good look around. The good news is that after almost a week not there, absent from there, everything was more or less intact from what we can tell. And as you know, we've been out there so many times now, we're able even to notice subtle things, subtle changes. But that was the good news. Of course, the sad part is that 2 weeks, almost to the hour that this plane came down, and when we were out there today, there's still human remains out there. In fact, the experts detected some, they've marked it, and hopefully tomorrow things will stay calm and we can get out there. The other thing too that they did, of course, is do a good mapping of what they need to get to that heavy debris and to search for more human remains. And I think now they have, Anderson, a far better appreciation of the infrastructure. For example, sniffer dogs are going to be needed right away. I think there is even mention of aerial equipment, aerial surveillance equipment, just so that the land could be better searched. This all goes back to time is of the essence. Everyone realizes that time is no longer on our side, that this investigation has to kickstart into high gear right away.
We've talked in the last couple of days. Do you have personnel with you, part of a larger team from the Netherlands, Australia, and elsewhere, who are, they have the equipment they need to actually start to pick up, retrieve some of the victims' remains? Are there cadaver dogs, sniffer dogs in country?
I understand they're already in country, so there's quite a bit in country, including more armored vehicles, things like that. Apparently there's been a lot of activity behind the scenes happening that we weren't aware of, so that is good news as well. And I should say that today, the reason we stuck to a small group is we were proving this route, that this is a new northern route that arcs quite far to the north, because the one that goes exclusively through rebel-held territory is no longer safe. As you know, we've tried it for 2 days now. So that's another factor. And tomorrow, if all goes well, we'll add quite a few more vehicles to the convoy so that we can take as many people as possible out there.
How much time do you think you need at the crash site, or do the investigators think they need, or do you know at this point?
They gave an indication. I mean, they're experts at this. They looked at, for example, one of the crash site areas that we're very familiar with, where the kind of rear stabilizers came down. It's near that chicken farm I referred to so many times. That might take 6 hours to do a sweep. And the other thing they came out with today, Anderson, is that they noticed that there was quite a lot of land there that doesn't seem to have been searched whatsoever, because they noticed that the grass or the high stalks of corn had not been trampled over. Now, it seems every time we talk, there's a new layer of complication, and that latest layer, of course, is that if the front line does shift even a little bit and traverses this crash site, that's the worst of all possible scenarios. And indeed, today, Anderson, when we were out there, there were huge explosions going off about 20 kilometers away. And just this evening, when we had our presser downstairs here, journalists came up to us and said, well, you wouldn't believe what happened, but as we were leaving the site, we had pretty much bombs raining down upon us. So it's very, very tricky. We're hoping that our kind of, again, our custom-made ceasefire that gives us a type of protective cocoon, if you will endure and allow us to do that movement in and out for as many hours a day as is required.
Well, I hope so. Michael Bochurkiw, appreciate it. Thanks, Michael.